Good luck.
So Kevin is online. Tim,
Yes, here.
Stacy.
Here.
Margaret.
Here.
Kelsey.
Here.
Anna.
Here.
Terry.
Here.
And Emily is not here. And Eleanor. So, great. So Tim has resigned as of 12/1 shortly.
Yeah.
And so this is his last meeting, and so here's a certificate.
Nice, yeah,
For your service.
wonderful.
And I anticipate we'll have another resignation shortly.
Yeah, I think so.
Dropping like flies.
So congratulations to Tim and Margaret on elections.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to work with both of them on a whole different capacity, right?
And you will stay civically engaged.
I feel like you're escalating.
Just remember where you've come from.
I think we should run you next, that'd be fun.
I wouldn't be allowed.
Oh, yeah, I think you wouldn't, yeah.
So is there a motion to approve the minutes as submitted?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Great, okay, citizens' comments? Does not look like we have.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there'll be openings on this board shortly, and as Laura was just telling us, applications till the 15th of December. So if you know people who are good, have them apply.
Yeah.
It's always good to have a lawyer on this board. Margaret has served that perspective. So we want to encourage people. So if you have ideas, please recruit them, have them apply, and then you can let the commissioner know.
Because the commissioners approved, so yeah, definitely.
You can.
If you know somebody, you can feel free to email me and tell me about them. I'm happy to hear. Because, sometimes it's a little bit blind. And you're pointing people because you don't know.
Yeah. So. Okay, and then most likely, we're not gonna have a December meeting because it will be very hard for us to get a quorum, because most of us have to be there. There had been a past tradition of not meeting December, so unless there's a burning reason, you could cancel the December meeting. Do I have the power to cancel the December meeting?
Yeah, you have
Do we have to vote on it?
No, it's just consensus.
Okay.
Consensus, yeah.
Consensus, so we're not gonna have a December meeting. So that means tonight's the night to let Anna and Kelsey know about helping with MLK Day and Residence Academy. So while we're talking, you can look at the list of what sessions you might wanna go to. So that's what I have right now, so.
Next, okay, so it's budget time. And this is the front page of our budget, which you can get a copy of in the library. Do we have any at the front desk too?
We have at the front desk, and it is online at mountlebanon.org.
Woman with all the answers. This is probably one of the more important jobs of the commission, is to decide how our revenues will be spent. We have an overall budget of about $73 million. Of that, about 43 million are operating. The thing to really understand about the budget is it's a zero-based budget, which means essentially in a zero-based budget process, you start as if there's no money, and then you rank what would be the most important thing this township should do if we had money. Is it police? Is it fire? Is it public works? What is it? And the manager makes these decisions, but by consent of the commission. And then we go through everything that we do right now and everything that's requested and essentially do that ranking. And then the manager comes out with a recommended budget, and you see this black line right here? Everything above it is the stuff that would fit in to balance the budget. These are things that would be funded through a bond issue, which again, the commission has to approve. And these are the things that fall below the line that are not approved. There's a little bit of a wrinkle to this. We, every year, budget probably a lot like you do to have a little extra just in case something happens. You know, you have spring or roof leak and you gotta fix the roof. Well, we have the same kind of things that happen here. So we have a budget balance, that we put into a revenue, what's the word I wanna use?
Unassigned fund balance.
Unassigned fund balance, thank you. The unassigned fund balance. A fund balance, it's like a savings account. We, prudent government finance says you should have an unassigned fund balance of between 12 and 15%. Ours is at 17% right now. So we can use some of our unassigned fund balance to fund some of these things that fall below the line that we think are important. So that's really where you'll hear the commission will question staff as they come in and tell us what it is they want. I mean, Laura can tell you about that. They're like, wait a minute, why are you spending that much on that? But typically, these things get approved as the manager has specified, and then the real sort of arguing and horse trading is in the unassigned fund balance. So that's the fun part to watch, so to speak. You're lucky to live in a community which is extremely well-resourced. I just want to say that. This is, we can pay for things, and there are a lot of places that simply can't. And when you're talking about, $1 million fire trucks and things like that, it's really hard if you can't pay for things, and we can, so feel fortunate. We're also very well managed. I mean, there really is a very close watch on the budget as we go through the year and the expenditures. We track it every month, so we know where we are. And so, it's all pretty good. Now, I'm sure you must have questions. Look at the silence in the room. They're all like,
I guess
yes.
one question I have is that I think there are some residents who read the Mount Lebanon Magazine article, and their takeaway was that this is what has already been passed and this is the budget, and there had to be some explanation of like, well, no, this needs to be voted on. So I don't know for future Mount Lebanon Magazine articles if somehow it needs to be like really explicitly clear. I'm sure that the way it was written, it is clear, but maybe it needs to be even more obvious.
For the capital.
Yeah, for the capital budget.
Yes, because there was an article, I think, on pages 9 and 10.
Yeah,
like,
so that
right?
was
Yeah,
last
right.
month, that was the capital
Yeah.
budget, that has to be allocated every year.
And I got attacked essentially by a friend. I overstate. I'm prone to exaggeration. But she jumped down my throat about living on a brick street and that we were gonna rip it up. And I said, I have been the one commissioner who is, adamant that we shouldn't rip these up. I believe in historic preservation. It's part of my whole, DNA. And her claim was that we made a comment in the magazine about how we would consider streets that were in historic neighborhoods not to be ripped up. So that meant, since she wasn't in one, maybe hers was being ripped up. I said, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's just, but people read things into things. I think that's the lesson.
be mad about.
Yeah, and they get scared, and it's like, you haven't lost control. We're not ripping things up at this juncture at all, so. But-
So for that amount of money that may be left, the unassigned fund
Fund
balance, what are like the top 2 or 3 things under
Sidewalks.
consideration?
New sidewalks. I think that's the most important one. I saw one which I'll advocate for. I don't know that it would get funded, but it was a safety surface for a park that I would like to see us put in. It was a more modest amount, but I don't know that the other commissioners will agree. And we will not go below the 15%. I mean, we're very conservative in that way. I think I shouldn't say we won't do this, we won't do that, because I'm only one vote. But my sense is we will never go below the 15%, that we think that that's important to have that cushion because we never know what could go wrong.
And your bond rating too.
And our bond rating too, yeah, that's a good point, thank you. Bond rating. So, yeah.
But yeah, but I also think the article is wonderful because it was so well set
Yeah.
forth and it makes really clear, what's being discussed. And so people have issues or there's things that they want to make sure happen, then they can appear at the budget meetings, they can appear at the commission meetings. And so it's like very clear and it shows how much we have in terms of transparency. So it was very helpful.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, I think it's amazing that this community has a resource like that where we talk about things like sewers. Because you don't think sewers are important, storm sewers, until your house basement floods that you just redid. Then believe me, you'd be on the phone to me going, what happened? So that kind of stuff, people don't understand how old those systems are and how much money it costs to fix them and keep them, in good shape, so.
So, I know that when the social workers was hired for the police department, that was through unallocated funds. Is that now sort of
No, it's
embedded?
embedded.
It's now embedded,
Yeah.
yeah. And is that grown, that?
Well, she has taken on an intern.
Uh-huh.
And the intern, I think this is really a neat program, is if you have an emergency situation where you need mental health counseling and you can't get in to see somebody for, say, 6 weeks, the intern who's majoring or getting a master's in counseling will be working under the social worker to provide some interim counseling until you can get in to see somebody. And I think that's tremendous, that's just really,
Up to 6 sessions for free.
yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Is the intern paid or is it part of her program that she's getting
I'm not
credit?
sure about that.
They're
I'm
part
not
of,
sure.
I know from my daytime job that
Okay.
master's level clinical interns have to get a certain amount of hours and they're mostly not paid for them. It's
Yeah.
pretty standard not to be, but they're always looking for good opportunities, so.
Yeah,
And I'll say, I have interacted with Jackie through my daytime job.
yeah, she's wonderful.
She had worked on a sexual assault case and then reached out proactively to PAR and said, I'd love to meet with your team and just kind of be able to compare notes and talk about who's best to call when and learn more about each other's work.
Is Jackie the social worker or their intern?
Yeah,
Social worker,
Jackie
okay.
is a social worker.
And my staff who had worked with her in that reactive scenario to an emergency, nothing but wonderful things to say.
Yeah.
So it's very cool to
Yeah.
see it in real time on the other end of things.
So in that vein, 2 things we have going on in the municipal lobby. One is a food pantry because the SNAP benefits. Any of you can bring non-perishable items and/or toiletries and leave them on the table. My husband was sitting here waiting for me one day and did see people come in and get some things, and Keith did as well. So we know it's being used. We're not monitoring it. We're not asking people to prove that they need anything. It's, if you need something, come get it. And the other thing is that Valerie Rose has put together a program called Meals in a Bag. The concept is that there is a blogger, and I don't follow blogs enough to know who it is, I'm sorry, who came up with this concept of meal in a bag, that you could load like a Ziploc bag, although we'll use paper because we want to be green, a bag with canned goods, non-perishable things, and you can make a meal out of it. So Valerie has 3 different recipes, and we've made a call out to the public through social media. Laura's been extremely helpful in this, as has Rachel Windsor, fabulous, to donate those items and/or money to the project. And on, I think it's the 17th of November, I can send everybody a follow-up email. We're going to get together and pack the bags.
Awesome.
Yeah, from 4 to 6, so that's there as well. I've already been to Costco because I had all these coupons, and I'm like, perfect. Yeah, like canned chicken, who knew? But they had a good deal, so, loaded up on it.
Will you connect Valerie and I on email? 'Cause
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
we could do
sure,
Round
yes.
2 of that for MLK Day?
Yes, yeah,
Thank you.
sure. Thanks. That's it.
Great.
I've taken up too much time, I'm
No,
sorry.
Thank you very much.
I had a sad note for you all. Our other junior board member, Blake, just cannot make these meetings work with his schedule, so he apologized, but he said he was gonna have to step away. But I told him he is welcome to come at any time, we'd love to have him, so he just apologized. His schedules are crazy, so.
At least he called instead of just ghosting us, right?
Yeah.
Good for him.
There you go. That's all I have.
Police engagement.
Nothing new for me.
Mediations.
There's no mediations right now, so,
Okay.
yeah, what's
Wow.
going on, it's surprising.
Kevin is
Kevin's got
training
training.
shortly.
Yeah.
Don't you? Yeah, so. All right. Looking forward to that handoff, so. And then DEI has, not done anything. I know that the holiday display is about to go up, so, and there's conversations about how actually to do that.
Although, my understanding from you is that when you met with the faith leaders, that the idea was they would go up and we would not have any ceremonies
That
other
was-
than the tree lighting
Yeah.
thing on Holiday Market.
Yes,
So that's how we'll abide by it.
and, yeah, they were comfortable with like that. And then having the menorah lit, though it's not on, during Hanukkah, which is 10 days later, 9 days later.
But-
On appropriate nights, so it's
Okay.
actually lit, so.
Should it be lit, so this is a question I hadn't even thought of, should we light it at the tree lighting ceremony as well? No. Okay,
That's, I was told.
no, that's fine, that's why I'm asking.
And it's on a timer, so it will, once it's started, it will light each night, same with the menorah.
Perfect, good, that's great.
I actually was approached about, and Laura's been very helpful with this, but
Yeah.
about whether the Jews should come up on the 6th, and I'm like, why? I mean,
Yeah.
if you wanna come see the Christians celebrate, but I said, our thing's gonna be dark. Like, ridiculous standing around a dark thing, and I said, come up on the 17th, whatever, pick
Yeah.
a night that we all wanna gather and just
Perfect.
watch it light up, but I said, I might come, cause I like seeing Santa coming on a Christmas tree. I came down with Bob one year and he drove me down, I was like, the Jews riding this, delivering Santa.
Well, that's one tiny part of the day. There's also a vendor market all day.
And I said, come to all that, but I
Public
said,
safety is having a chili cook-off for
With the
charity.
fire department and
With the fire
police
department versus the
department,
police versus
oh,
MRTSA.
that's
And-
Oh, that's great.
And they're
were
raising
gonna be
money
great.
and for charities
Good,
based
They
on.
had all the rabbis on an
Yeah.
email, and I was like, not for nothing, but my thing is like, why would we wanna gather not our holiday on a dark menorah,
right,
people fought to get this there, let's go during the holiday and just pick a night that we all meet up there and pass out donuts or something,
great,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. Wonderful, good. Kevin?
I talk this loud, can you hear me?
That's it.
And so on the first day, we know the light actually goes on, like who's responsible for that?
The municipality, the same way we light the Christmas tree. Shh,
Okay.
It's an illusion, it's public works, so. Shh, I didn't say that.
Some child is gonna see that.
I know.
So just
It's
every
still
night,
Santa, he just
every
doesn't.
night at sundown, it'll just, another one will pop on.
Yep.
I used to have to manually do it when I worked at the JCC every night on
But
my
we
way out
talked
of
last
work.
year about how if we had to, each one of us would take a
Always
turn to
do it.
come up and turn it up.
Flip a switch. Fortunately, things have gone digital.
I know.
We're lucky. Yep, okay, perfect.
So you have the final schedule for the Residence Academy in front of you. If you flip it, it will go out tomorrow morning.
Yay.
And I will send, if you look in the back, we need volunteers that will be at these meetings. I physically will not be in the city on the 12th or the 19th or 26th of February. So those days we're going to have, you really only need a person there, but it's really helpful to have one or two. And I'll send an email, sort of like Kelsey's gonna do, and we can get through the schedule that way, and how we'll, Karen, if it would be helpful, if you would just double check my checklist of how to work the video, the screen.
That's me.
Oh, that's you, okay.
And it's gonna be different, so.
Oh.
Of course.
Okay.
Took me weeks to learn how to do it.
It should only affect the people who don't work here. So it's really only going to affect outreach,
Yes,
St. Clair.
there at the end, which is graduation,
And I'm
and
here.
you're there,
So I'm not as worried about that. Public safety building, the judge will be there, but they can help her with that.
Jason
School
had that.
district has it, so
Yeah.
it shouldn't really affect
No,
anybody
it
else.
shouldn't. It would be nice if there were more than one person available for graduation. That was really fun.
When is that?
That is
It's the
March
last day.
5th.
Yeah.
March
Oh,
5th.
there's a
Yeah.
vote, sorry.
And we have all the elected officials there too,
Yeah.
so it looks really good for the
Yes.
board if everybody's, and
Put it on
the
your
board
calendar.
alumni.
And I haven't sent this to the commissioners yet, and I'll send that out to
Yeah.
them tomorrow too with the
Great.
schedule.
And I've got one question for the 22nd. Would you want to have someone there from the school board in addition to the school district?
Oh, I can't spell Lebanon. Sure, if you would like to have to be there. Last year we had the superintendent and the principal. The principal did just a fabulous job, and the tour, people were so impressed with the tour that hadn't been there, so, yeah, and I can't spell safety either. But I'll send this out, and if we can get somebody to prom it, and there'll be a little bit, I'll just give it to you in the email. I will give you a canned email that will go out, that all you can do is cut and paste it in, and I will set up an email for once I hear from Laura and Karen who's been accepted into the academy. We make an email list and send it out to them early, like on Monday, this is what's gonna happen on Thursday, and just remind them where they can park, and then, if there are any slides, they would go back out the next day. And I've told all the speakers in the email that they've had to, if they were putting out any handouts, that you have to approve them first.
Which they might listen to.
Like I said, it's
Well, most of these
99% of it's
are people,
internal.
so-
Yes,
yeah.
it's not,
Yeah.
yes.
Although I do think we send the slides out at the end, just
We did.
because
Yeah.
we were not getting them every week. So.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. More in email.
So, because we'll be a smaller board potentially, lean into signing up, so.
Yeah.
Community Service Award, got a little time there.
It is live, we just put it live now, so it's there. We're gonna start promoting it online, once we get past Veterans Day, our social media frees up a little bit. So again, please try to push this, especially in underrepresented communities, let people know this is out there. And then the deadline is for applications is gonna be January 26th. It looks like our board and authorities recognition dinner is going to be Thursday, April 30th. It literally was the only day that wasn't Passover, spring break, any board meeting. Because
Wow.
since we
Right.
had this last time, we moved our meetings to Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so it can't be a Tuesday or Wednesday. The fire department's not available on Monday because they do training. Nobody's coming back on a Friday, so it had to be Thursday. That wasn't any, yeah. So that's it, it's the only day. So, so if we get everything by the 26th, I'll get it to you the first week of February. That'll give you a couple weeks to deliberate and then let that person know. Then that person will have a nice amount of notice to bring their family for that
So
event.
Margaret had served as chair of that for so long. You have like more of the history. I think Terry and I were the first time, it was the first time for me last year. Was it the first time for you? You're Tim.
Yeah, it was first time for me as well.
I'll hold it when you get there. I mean, it's literally the only thing is I will send everything to you in a folder, in an online folder. I'll share it
That's
to you through OneDrive. And then you also could consider anybody who's been previously nominated, because every year we get so many great nominations, we say, you know, hold it
We keep
over in
those,
case
yeah.
there's somebody else.
Yeah, I have last year's.
And it's a good way to get a new board member involved too, because it's very little time commitment, so it's a good way to not push
And
them.
it's fun.
Yeah, somebody gets to make a really good phone call.
Yeah.
Do you need help with the planning of that dinner? Is that a?
That's
municipal-
stuff that our office does, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm happy to help.
No, but you'll all be invited, well, not you, sorry. See, you left before you got to go to the dinner.
No tchotchkes for you, buddy.
My calendar. But you got some cider, enjoy.
That's right.
Stacy, did you already
I got
say
it.
you wanted to be on the award committee? Did you say that at a previous meeting?
That you'd be on the award
You'd
committee.
be on the board committee?
I can, I
You
don't
wanna do
remember
it?
that, but I'm not opposed.
Let's do it.
Yay.
We need one more.
I'm glad to help.
You'd want to be, okay, sure, Terry.
Cool.
Great, we got a committee.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Kelsey.
So the biggest update is thanks to Terry telling his neighbor about MLK Day. We are partnering with Lebo Nature to do winter sowing of seeds, and they can take up to 30 people to do that project.
Nice.
Which will be,
And they're bringing the dirt.
they're bringing the dirt, they bring the milk gallons pre-cut to make sure nobody hurts themselves. So we'll have to be able to set that up in the high school, so it'll be nice, so between the art project or whatever
That's
kind
it
of
too.
Valentine's Day
Yeah.
craft we come up with, that, and then I think any sandwich making, sorting of the dinner in a bag, we'll have plenty of options for folks
And then we
on
have people
site.
going to Asbury Heights too.
Yep, and then we have people going to Asbury Heights, and then we're still waiting to hear back from our partners from last year. But I'm not surprised, because many of the organizations are almost all volunteer run that we went to last year,
Sure,
so.
yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, things are looking good.
So how would you like me to handle the RSVP?
I was gonna chat with you at the end, is that okay? I just wanna look at last year's form and then maybe add a box or two about, do you wanna stay on site or go? And, cause I think being less specific, but having some of that information from folks about whether for accessibility reasons or preference,
Sure.
ahead of time would be very helpful.
And the Asbury Heights people would like to know who's coming, just so they're
Okay.
ready. And they'll
Sure.
take families.
Nice.
They would like
Yeah.
would like having children with their seniors.
Sure.
It's playing bingo
Oh, gosh, won't that be fun, the
Serving
kids?
lunch.
and
Yeah.
serving lunch.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, so I think those two are huge to have Asbury Heights and Lebo Nature, because if it goes well this year, I think doing it year after year,
Yeah.
knowing that they together can take probably 40 to 50 people is
How
huge.
nice.
So, yeah, very exciting. So continue to mention it to people you know. If there's winter clothing drives going on, I think the meal in the bag will be very cool. And a way for folks to contribute who maybe can't come on that day.
Right,
But
right,
who wanna
yeah.
drop things off here in the lobby or whatnot, so. All good,
Or I'll pick up
love it.
a meal in the bag.
So make sure your calendars are marked for Monday, January 19th, 9 to noon. And I will send out more specifics, but 9 to noon at the high school.
Thank you. Any additional business? All right, so we're not meeting in December. So our next meeting is
January.
2026.
7th.
January 7th. Same time, same place.
Fabulous.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Hope you feel better, Kevin.
Feel better, Kevin?
When is your official swearing in? What's the?
Oh, January 5th.
January
Yeah.
Well, yours is sooner, right?
December 1st.
Okay.
I effective December 1st.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Why is yours sooner?
Good question. That first meeting, they elect who the new president of the school board is.
I think because their budget is due sooner, so they said,
Okay.
rather than throwing you right into the budget on the,
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
give you a whole extra month.
And when are our terms? Our terms are up on the fiscal year.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my other thought, was other people rolling off, but no.
Oh, I'm sorry, your terms, I thought you meant the commissioners.
No,
Oh, yeah, your terms are done at the end of March, but everything's staggered.
okay. I was just wondering if anybody was rolling off at the end of December.
No.
No, it would
Okay.
be March.
March.
Got it.
Yeah, for the first 3 years, there will be people whose terms are up, but so far they haven't said it on any of the boards that anybody can't come back for a
I
second
see.
term.
Okay,
If that makes sense.
yes, it does.
No, none of your flunkies, you can all.
And then
come
all
back.
of those,
Let me just be clear.
and then all of those terms will be for 3 years.
Yeah.
Because we had some 1-year terms, some 2-year terms, and some 3-year
Yes.
terms, so that we didn't have everybody leaving at the same time.
Yes.
Now, everybody that gets renewed will be renewed for 3
Okay.
years, so.
Gotcha.
As long as people quit resigning.
So happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, and happy New Year. See you in the new year.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you, Dan, I can't believe it.
I know, it is
Drives me
scary.
crazy every year.
Okay, these are just disposables, so we.
Just pitch them in the garbage.
So disposed.
I know, little number on the bottom.
Graduation party.
Yeah.
Laura, for the form,
How's your kid like school?
I said I would look at last year's, but I realized it's probably not. I
Oh, so
can't
I'm
probably
working on my article, so it's almost done.
It's not something that's in our
Just sent me
system,
here,
but
so
I can-
that made me go, oh, yeah, because he said he might not get
That's
to.
when all my kids are
And then I
going
can,
to the
but I
high
think
school.
what we had last year worked for people who kind of
Okay,
grew
I
for
may
their
just, I'm
family.
thinking I may just finish it out
I just wanna
tonight,
add a
so.
question or two about it.
Yeah, that's nice, so who's running this big publication?
Or Asbury.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I'd rather just be able to then like email those folks and say, hey, we're gonna assign you to go to Asbury Heights
Something
because you
that's like
said you're willing to
electronic
travel. Can you
or-
please tell me the date?